Hey girl, it was Free Comic Book Day 2025 today, so I just want to get this video out quick. Probably not going to look through too much, but just like show off what we got. A lot of sales. Went to four different stores and hit up their sales, so we're going to show what we got, as well as the free comic books that we got. Let's go. First hit up Red River Books. I was actually there earlier in the week, so I didn't look around a lot of stuff there because I got a bunch of stuff there through a trade. But they had a pretty good sale where it was 30% off of everything on the main floor. Managed to find these in the new releases. The Razzle or RASL by Jeff Smith. I've been looking for these for a while. I was actually going to maybe even order them online. It's a while since I read the first issue and just been like piecing it together. Is he like an interdimensional art thief or something, or just like that's kind of the impression I got? But yeah, I've been looking forward to reading more of this one, piecing it together. So that's the first one, and they also had the second one there. It was a limit 3 of different free comic books, so one of them that I got was this Blood Type, the stuff that from Oni's new EC, if it could be called that. You know what I mean. And this shows stuff from like Epitaphs from the Abyss, Cruel Universe, and Cruel Kingdom. Kind of some like heavier hitters from that. Like I'd say this Blood Type one was one of the best stories that they had from the series so far. So it's cool to see that. I talked about this back in the day when it came out too. Really nice, like even just the single panels and single like entrances of dialogue per panel are all good. Written from the villain's point of view, which is something that I like lately. When it's written from like a stance that's less than the normal like good protagonist character. It's a little bit more interesting. The second story, too, was from Cruel Universe, I think. Issue number 1, if I recall correctly. This one was really good, too. So it's cool that they showcase some of the better stories, it seems. The last story, though, was from Cruel Kingdom, which is, like, not as strong, in my opinion, but maybe Cruel Kingdom, in my recollection, it hasn't really had anything, like, super awesome in it so far, but still decent. So these series, again, in, like, anybody who's been watching this channel, you see that I've said, like, for the most part, they're good. I'd say like 3 out of 5 stars of most of the issues, where it's better than average, but not like nothing like too exciting or like insane, like groundbreaking or anything, but some good stuff. Got this Diablo comic. You know, I like that franchise. Well, at least up to Diablo 2. I haven't really played 3 or 4. And the old concept art books from the manuals and stuff were awesome too. This one, Cullen Bunn and Danielle Sarah. Or Danielle Sarah. We'll see how that is. Energon Universe from Free Comic Book Day. This seems to be the hype, so if it's not even... Like, I hear it's good, and if not, I'm sure it'll be easy to get rid of. Okay, next shop. I went on over to Galaxy Comics, which they had no sales advertised, but I thought I'd check it out anyways. But yeah, they had nothing, like no sale going on, just free comic book day stuff, but no discounts or anything. A bit surprising, but it was busy as hell in there. They did have these stacks of like previous free comic book day things too, which, you know, so of course I grabbed one, why not? Let's see what's in here. I think these are from previous years, right? Absolute Power, number 1. Archie Horror Presents the Cursed Library Prelude. Blood Hunt. Yeah, I just grabbed this. Is like the only one that had left, but just grabbed it sight unseen. Cursed Verse from American Mythology Productions, I guess. Grim Fairy Tales. Maybe some TNA in this. Previews. Something Crawled Out. Spawn. I'm happy to check out new Spawn, sure. Spider-Man and Venom. The Walking Dead, number 163. Okay, but what I got there, I checked out a bunch of stuff, but, you know, no sales or anything, so nothing too crazy. But when I was there last time, I saw that they had a bunch of these Joseph Michael Lindster trade paperbacks in the for sale, like this used, I guess, trade paperback section, which has like pretty good selection and good prices. But I figured these two, like So this Dawn, I guess it says it's like number 1. Lucifer's Halo. It's not that easy to piece together these issues, so I'm kind of curious to check these out, and I think they're probably worth something also. And you've heard me say that Lenzner's interior comic art seems to be like pretty interesting and pretty skilled and more dynamic than the covers, but probably more difficult and less monetarily or financially rewarding than just doing covers. But it is cool to see these, a different side to the artist and also writer. So we'll see. Heard these recommended. Number 3, I guess, of Dawn. This the dust jacket's a little bit beat up though. Dawn 3 Tiers. Yeah. The art certainly looks good, you know. The writing would have to be like pretty bad for it to balance out to not be good. So it must be like pretty decent. Just the fact of like the visual content being interesting, like the writing is surely not going to be too much of a detriment no matter what. I know I've read some of his stuff, which is like pretty good actually. And another Lenzner. This is Dark Ivory, kind of goth, like club chick turning into a vampire or something like that. Okay, the free comic books that I got there. Oh wait, the last thing I got actually that I bought was the Executor, John Evans and Andrea Muti. It looks to be some kind of crime. Yeah, Vertigo crime. Okay, so you know I'm into that lately too. Andrea Muti's art is pretty sick sometimes. Oops. Moving on, the free comic books that I got there were this Conan one, which I guess is like a little bit harder to find, maybe, or like went fast. It didn't like, this was the only store that I saw that had this all day, I think. Conan, Scourge of the Serpent, and Best of 2000 AD. Previous 2000 AD free comic book day issues were actually quite good, so always cool to like check in on that kind of part of the world of comics. Okay, the next store was Book Fair Comics. Usually it's more like mainstream stuff that they have there, but check it out, man. Was able to find an issue of Faust there. Faust 777, The Wrath. Yeah, I can't really show the interior, but, you know, to visual. Some Corbin, Jan Sternad also, I like his writing. Ragemore, I've been looking for this, so cool to find this there. This was the only issue of this they had there, though. I'm missing the first 2 issues of Ragnarok, so they had this number 2, Walt Simonson. Looking forward to this too. And cool to find these there. I think these are worth more nowadays, or like even harder to find. I see this was priced, I guess, in 2005. These are the Richard Corbin Swamp Things. Well, there's another issue. I think it's number 20 or 21 maybe. But yeah, this is number 7 of volume like 4 or 6 or something. I don't know. But you can recognize them by they have Richard Corbin covers as well. Looking forward to these. Like, I could have like read stuff before doing this video, but I kind of just want to get it out. So I'll be able to like have further reviews like in the future, I think. I'll like after haul videos, I swear I'll do like showcasing like just little comics runs and stuff. Turtle Soup, some miscellaneous Ninja Turtle stories. I think these are by various artists. This is Turtle Soup number 3, one of the issues I was missing. Let's see. Okay, so we've got Mark Martin, Anderson, McCollum, Mary Woodring, Michael Dooney, Jim Lawson, Steve Levine on the pencils, Jeff Boniver, A.C. Farley. Yeah, I'm not too excited about this one, actually. These Mark Martin ones are like the ones I like the least, maybe, out of all the Ninja Turtles. I'll try to give it a shot, so maybe I'm wrong. But, okay, moving on. Maybe being completionist. We'll see if it's worth keeping. I think these are there only like 4 or 5 of these, so only missing a couple. Wolverine, The Best There Is, number 8. I don't know if by the time this goes up I'll have talked about it, but this is like one of my favorite Wolverine series that I've discovered recently. You know, I'm always trying to find like good Wolverine runs, but yeah, this is Houston. Is it like Jack Houston or something? Juan Jose Rip on the art, and it's pretty sick. Mature readers too, not for kids. But yeah, this is a good series. This is the only one I was missing, and part of the second story arc, so I've been holding back on reading that first story arc until being able to get this, so looking forward to it. Oh yeah, I forgot to say their sale at Book Fair was 25% off back issues, American cover price for new graphic novels, so this would qualify as one of those. This was only $10, so, well, 10 plus tax. So kind of a cool way, Danger Girl Permission to Thrill coloring book. I figured it's maybe a cool way of having like a J. Scott Campbell art book with just line art. Not like pencils, which would be cool, but cool to get like just kind of line art. You can see I'm on the handles, so it's not that easy flipping through, but a pretty good deal, I reckon, for a tenner. This is pretty thick, too. Okay, some new stuff. This seems silly in concept, maybe, potentially, but people say Hickman is a good writer, and Ribic certainly is like a great artist, painter. Aliens vs. Avengers #1, kind of new. I'll see what the verdict is on this. I'll gladly let you guys know. Maybe you'll see if I pick up #2 in a month or two from now. I certainly like Esad Ribic's art, for sure. Some G.I. Joe of the new, like, Energon Universe G.I. Joe. I liked issue 1, so checking this out. I don't know if I think I might be missing issue 2, though, so I kind of want to read more. David Finch cover. Set of Dracula Vlad the Impaler from, like, the 90s tops. I kind of have this already, but not the same printing. This is originally printed by Topps, right? And then it was reprinted later by, I want to say, Image, maybe? Where they did Linsner covers, and it's called Chronicles of Dracula, but it just reprints this. So I have like a mishmash of the two sets to complete it, but it's I kind of want like the real one for $6, sure, you know. Okay, the free comic books I got there. Another copy of Blood Type. Because I forgot that I got that other one. Disney Gargoyles Demona. This art looks kind of good. Most of the stuff they had there was like for kids, so it was one of the like more even mature things that they had there, I guess. But the art looks pretty good. Gundam Wing. They just gave me this for free because it turns out they got like a huge box of them sent to them, and I saw other stores too had huge piles of this, and apparently the what's it called? Suppliers or whatever, or Diamond, or I don't know who, just sent it out to the retailers or stores. If the retailers are like have a box checked or whatever on their options for send promotional material, for free promotional material. Although the owner of this shop mentioned that it made the box weight go up from like 4 pounds to 50 pounds, so they got screwed over on the shipping due to that. So like that's kind of shitty thing to do to stores, maybe. But nothing against Gundam Wing, though. I do like Gundam, the franchise of Gundam, especially Gundam Wing. They also gave me this for free because I think they had the same thing happen to them. This is not my thing, of course, but maybe for the for kids bin on Halloween, Tamagotchi Paradise. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it's a sleeper hit. Okay, next shop. Yeah, next was Mighty Comics, because their sale was like pretty juicy. All the other ones are enough to like get me in the door to look around a little bit and kind of like hum and haw over some deals, but this one is like, this kind of sale makes you take chances on stuff or just like go a little bit ham because it's 50% off all their back issues. 25% off the US price for all new trade paperbacks or graphic novels, and discounted trade paperbacks, used ones, are like 60% off the used cover price. So got a bunch of stuff there. Let's dig in. Oh yeah, not to Schiller promo, but he's doing that sale all week for anybody interested too. I might go back there myself because I forgot something there that I had asked him to put aside for me. Everything is just, it's hectic, chaos everywhere. I'll show the free stuff first and end with like the more expensive stuff at the end, okay? Isek, some manga this is the free comic book day stuff. I actually forgot like a pile that I had there. Most shops had a limit of like 2 or maybe even 3 at the most for free comic books that you could get, but his limit was 10, and towards the end of the day he was like slacking on that and letting people get more. He was also putting out stuff there that wasn't like not just the free comic book day stuff, but just stuff that he had like overstock of, or maybe there were shipping mistakes and he got like overstock of certain things. Yeah, too much. The case with this King Spawn number 40, I'll check that out. Yeah, there's like a little pile that I had in a different pile, so I didn't forget to get this. Sons of X number 1. We'll see. Because sometimes, you know, if they weren't sold, maybe there's a reason why, but we'll see anyway. Check out some of this stuff. X-Men number 3. He just threw this in for free, this Mad magazine, because he had a pile of like beat up Mad magazines with like the covers torn off, and he's just like giving them away for free. And I saw this that has Botch Casually and the Some Dunce Kid. I've been trying to watch and find a copy of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid lately, but I figured, yeah, this would be. I'll read a parody of it. That looks really really skilled art-wise too, but my dumbass, of course, like as soon as I looked at this when I got home, I'm like, oh man, did I make sure the interior is like, no, it's not the right interior for it. The interior is number 97. The Walter Cronkite. Holy shit, this is old. Okay, here's the fold-in. Feel no shame, or don't feel bad about folding in this ripped-off cover, I guess. Okay, but getting to the back issues now. The bulk of these were anywhere from 50 cents to maximum $2.50 each. So pretty sweet. I went ham a little bit. It's a good time to do that. I didn't realize that Declan Shelvey, like when these were coming out, these Alien from Marvel, a lot of them are Declan Shelvey written. Alien number 1 variant edition. I don't know who did this cover. Yeah, it's a nice painted cover though. But yeah, I didn't realize that it was Shelby on the writing, and I've said like he's been just kicking ass on the Terminator series, so I'd like to check these out, see if he did as well on them. Here's another variant of that number 1 Alien. Maybe this is James Stocco or Stocco, however you say it. That's just my guess. Number 4. Number 5, another variant. I'm not sure who this is. Inyok Lee, maybe? Trying to see there. The signatures. It's not Inyok Lee, is it? Anyway, Astonishing Tales featuring Deathlock the Demolisher, number 35. I think this is worth more, right? I'm just trying to find that early Deathlock, could give it a chance. I just loved his design as a kid, but when I look at it now, I'm like, this like not the greatest cartoon hero design probably, but it's cool that it has a skull and I don't know, red, green, yellow, I don't know. It's kind of weird. And silver. Seems like it could be. Maybe it's just not quite there. Anyways, Beast of Burden, The Gathering Storm, number 1. You know, I love this series. Some Shovel Noir, number 3. Some number 17 of Shovel Noir. This is a pretty good score, because again, like, he said these were, like, too beat up, or there was, like, something wrong with them, so he gave these all to me for, like, cheap. The most expensive one was $2.50 or something like that, right? Bunch of Frank Miller Daredevil, number 173. 176. He said the first appearance of Stick is in here too. 185. I think this one and the next one might be doubles. 186, but I won't pass on them at a price like this. 187. 189. Kind of classic cover there too. 190. Alright, yeah. Nice little Daredevil score there. Dark Horse Presents, number 92. Piecing this all together, too. One of the issues of From Hell. This is volume 2. Why not? I figure, like, yeah, if they're cheap, get some single issues of From Hell. Of course, I have the trade paperback already. Got that look way back in the day, but yeah. Okay, these are cool. Let's flip through this, maybe. G.I. Joe Order of Battle, number 2, the official G.I. Joe handbook. Yeah, these are just fun as hell to flip through. They're kind of like Marvel Universe, or just like a character card for each Joe. And you can even, like, just flip to like a random Joe that you never heard of or doesn't even look interesting, but they're still fun. They're still fun to read. But let's flip to one. There's Roblox. Roblox's dream was to be a gourmet chef. He was working as a bouncer to earn money to attend the Escoffier school in France when an army recruiter convinced him that the army could train him. Roblox joined but found army menus and preparation techniques too appalling. Transferred to the infantry, qualified expert M2 Browning 50 cal, heavy machine gun, all Warsaw packed heavy MGs, M16, M19, 11A1 auto pistol. Quote, a 50 cal Browning weighs 84 pounds. Add 50 pounds for the ammo. That's about 134 pounds of steel, generating 2,930 FPS and muzzle velocity at a cyclic rate of 550 RPM. Anybody who can handle that doesn't need a machine gun to keep me away. Well, maybe that wasn't the most interesting one, but let's see here. Yeah, you can see I didn't prep for this video, but just doing it on the fly. Codename Scarlet. Counterintelligence. File name O'Hara, Shauna M. Primary military specialty, intelligence. Secondary military specialty, classified. Birthplace, Atlanta, Georgia. Scarlett's father and 3 brothers were martial arts instructors. She began her training at age 9 and was awarded her first black belt at age 15. Graduated advanced infantry training and ranger school. Special education, covert ops. School, Marine Sniper School. Special Air Service School. Marine Taekwondo Symposium, qualified expert M14, M16, M1911, M79, M3A1, M700, Remington sniper rifle, MAC-10, XK-1 power crossbow, throwing stars, garrote, and K-bar. Scarlet is confident and resilient. It's remarkable that a person so deadly can still retain a sense of humor. Look at this one. Rocky, file name Balboa, Rocky, primary military specialty, personal combat instructor, secondary military specialty, special services. How does a well-known boxing birthplace, of course, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. How does a well-known boxing champion serve out his reserve time? He can take the easy route, be a showpiece for special services, giving exhibition bouts and racking up brownie points for officers with no combat ribbons and shiny trouser bottoms, or he can take a secret posting to train the G.I. Joe team in the finer points of the sweet science of pugilism. The assignment to the Joe team would be strictly under the counter. No special pay, no extra privileges, and no publicity. All he would get would be the satisfaction of doing something for his country. Excerpt of memo from Brigadier General Abernathy, codename Hawk. He's one of the best there is with his fists, and nobody can touch him with pugil sticks. But that's not the reason I want him training the Joes. Anybody can teach technique. I want the Joes to see what it is to take a beating and come back fighting. To stand up and take everything the other guy's got to give. And give it back a full measure. That's worth more than a tip on how to perfect your right hook. Oh, they got Sergeant Slaughter in here. You know, those ones might not have been like super interesting, but I still enjoy flipping through these. Shipwreck. Snake Eyes. Okay, we gotta check out Snake Eyes, guys. I know, you don't wanna... I wanna keep moving, but we gotta check out Snake Eyes. Codename Snake Eyes. Commando. File name. Classified. SN. Classified. Primary military specialty. Infantry. Secondary military specialty. Hand-to-hand combat instructor. Birthplace. Classified. Subject served in long-range recon patrols in Southeast Asia. Left the service to study mystic martial arts with the same ninja family that produced Storm Shadow. Snake Eyes was living an ascetic existence alone in the high Sierras with a pet wolf named Timber when he was recruited for the G.I. Joe team. Qualified expert. All NATO and Warsaw packed small arms. Black belt in 12 different fighting systems and highly skilled in the use of edged weapons. Quote, Snake Eyes was tempered on the anvil of life until he was as dangerous as a razor-edged sword, flailing in the dark. The G.I. Joe team sheathed that sword and harnessed its deadly energy, but even they are wont to forget that even within the safety of its scabbard, the blade retains its cutting edge. Maybe I'm not selling it on these, but Snow Job Spirit. I don't know. I just like these. 50 cents each for these, I think. Well spent. I'm happy. This makes me think of those like Fensler films, or what is that what they were called? Pork chop sandwiches. Do you know my dad? It's so peaceful here with you and the Indian. Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick. G.I. Joe Order of Battle number 3, the official G.I. Joe handbook. Yeah, does it got Baroness in it? Let me look first. Oh, so this is like showing all the bad guys, maybe this one? Yeah, it looks like it. Destro's face looking a little bit off model there. Kind of looks like an old East African man, or maybe he's from like Eritrea or Ethiopia or something. I don't know. Okay, Baroness. Wait, I'll read this at a time, see if it's worth it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Codename Baroness, Cobra Intelligence Officer. File name classified. Primary military specialty intelligence. Secondary military specialty fixed wing pilot. Birthplace classified. The spoiled offspring of wealthy European aristocrats, the Baroness graduated from student radicalism into international terrorism and finally into the ranks of Cobra. She was severely burned during a Cobra night attack operation and has had extensive plastic surgery. Rumor has it that she is the only one who knows Destro's secret identity. Qualified expert, M16, AK-47, RPG-7, Uzi, HISS tank operator. Quote, her principal weakness is in the division of her loyalty between Cobra Commander and Destro. Her chief strength would seem to lie in her ability to play them against each other. Yeah, baby. Okay, but we'll keep it moving. Gru issue 2. $2? Yeah, we'll do it. A bunch of Hellboy here. On L cheap. Didn't have issue 1, but the Crooked Man, number 2 of 3. And number 3 of 3. Hellboy in Hell, number 3. In Hell, number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 8. Hellboy in Love, number 3. Yeah, I have the first 2 already. Number 4. Number 5. Hellboy the Island, part 1. James Stokey, Orphan and the Five Beasts, number 3. Number 4. Solomon Kane, number 4. Some of these Dark Horse ones seem to be pretty good from what I've read, so check it out more. Taskmaster, just a random issue of Taskmaster. You know, his face looks pretty good on this, though, gotta say. Some Boundless comics, War Goddess number 0. Number 2, this is the only one I'm missing. I haven't read these, but the impression I get is it's like kind of like an R-rated Wonder Woman ripoff or something. I'm not sure if that's the case, though, but we'll see. Who knows? What If Volume 1, number 33. What if Dazzler had become the Herald of Galactus? And backed with What if Iron Man had become trapped in the time of King Arthur? I don't know. This could go either way, but some good What If, or some old What If. These are cool. These are just thrown in. You know, I always got to collect 3D glasses for the 3D section. So, Wildstorm, these say on them too. Okay, moving on. For a buck, Wolverine Wendigo, Paul Gulacy, or Frank Thierry or something. I remember that he seems to be a pretty decent writer for like Wolverine and Sabretooth, he or she. Random issue of X-Force here, X-Force Killshot. I saw this as a J. Scott Campbell cover. So I figure like if it's no good, it's still probably gonna retain some value with the J. Scott Campbell cover variant. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I opened this up, and it's written and penciled by the god of comics, Rob Liefeld. So we'll see if that helps or is to the detriment as well. But yeah. Okay, Uncanny X-Men Days of Future Past, like early trade paperback for $2. Kind of like a minor key or some shit, I forget, of Uncanny X-Men number 221. But it's only in good condition. You can see it's really beat up, but $2, so yeah, why not? Maybe I'll make somebody's day by reselling this and making a slight profit of $2 myself. Possibly. Uncanny X-Men number 269. 269. Or not 269. That is the question. But this is Jim Lee with some kind of classic interiors here. Yeah, I'll just show a little bit because it's like kind of classic. This has this big like rogue that helped a lot of us through puberty back in the day for sure. Ushered us into it. Let's see. I think this might have like some early like first Savage Land rogue too. Does that make it important now? I guess Fashion on Jubilee or whoever that was there. I think it does, right? Yeah, there it is. Is that like the first time she's in that get-up? It's the key now. But yeah, some nice nice stuff in here. Can't front on that. Kind of cheesecakey. Not against it. Astonishing X-Men number 24. Is this the last Whedon and Cassidy issue? An old issue of Heavy Metal for like $2. Not bad. It says it has Juan Jimenez in there. These were like only a couple of bucks each, but these rule. You know I love these. Legend of the Goblins by F. David Howell. Showed us a little bit. I just love these. These are super fun, man. If you liked Crusader from Mad Cave, also maybe a similar vibe, or like you'd get similar enjoyment out of this. I really do love these. Legend of the Goblins Eye number 2. Even like threw one or two in for free. It's kind of unfortunate if this isn't popular, but I can. It looks very like outsider. You know, it probably doesn't have like the mass appeal, but I'd say like kind of niche or cult appeal should be enjoying this. If I had my druthers, I think probably it will eventually. People will enjoy this. I can't wait for issue number 4, man. I just like, he said he's probably gonna end it around like 4 or 5. I told him like, hey, I won't. If you like keep the world expanding, and this was just like one chapter in it or like one look at it, I'll be totally fine with that too. But he said he's gonna have like a horror anthology too, a local cartoonist, and like, I'm always like, that's not enough for me. Like I have no. I'm still gonna be tough to please even for locals. I'll treat them as if they're jerks from out of town, but I really do love this. Okay. Yeah, this is the one to look out for. I can't wait for this. Scare, the horror anthology. I'm dying to read it. Bring it to me now. That's how I feel. Yes. Bring it to me. I need that. Okay, so comic sets there were half off as well. I got a whole ton of them, so let's go. Alien Paradiso, this is like some of the new Marvel stuff. You know what I used to do in the 2000s? Shh, don't tell anybody. It's something you probably do. But anyways, there's certain websites or like like CBR or CBZ files and certain programs like SoulSeek file sharing that are still running strong, where you can just search for like .cbz or .cbr. Theoretically, hypothetically, this is something you can do to check out current issues of comics. Because, you know, I never want to pay like full retail for stuff because they get burned so much, right? It's kind of like movies where like, if I'm going to pay for a ticket for one movie, you bet your ass I might be checking out another theater after the credits roll on the first one. Just to see if another one is worth paying for or not. You didn't hear this stuff from me. But anyway, yeah, that was like the thing to do for me back in the day. Same with music, right? Like Napster, they used to say, oh, it'll kill music, but it was actually a good way for me to get exposed to music and like order like imported like CDs or records or whatever back then. And it was the same thing for me with comics too. I would be able to see like in like not just mainstream stuff, but like independent stuff or foreign stuff or old underground back issues that I might not otherwise get to check out. That was something from like the 2000s. Maybe that's what I should do again, because I really want to find good current stuff, but we'll see if there's any good. Anyways, that's kind of a tangent, but yeah, Alien Paradiso, we'll see. Battlefields, some Garth Ennis. Yeah, that's another thing you could do back on those, like put your wish list or search just for like certain creators, and there'll be people that'll have like everything by Garth Ennis or whatever. So, but anyway, otherwise, like when it's sale prices or bargain bins, is when I'll like check it out. You know, maybe it's just depends on your lifestyle or whatever. Moving on. Battlefield's Dear Billy, the set of 1 to 3. Some Garth Ennis. War stuff, I guess. Cobra Commander. I see this is the same writer who is doing the ongoing G.I. Joe now. So, I'll try this too. Cobra Commander set of 1 to 5. On Comic Rack's recommendation of Trad Moore, some Doctor Strange by Trad Moore. There are a bunch of sets of this there. Number 1 to 4. On Pop Comics recommendation, it's always recommended a Gru. And it's got me like, yeah, he's right, man. Gru number 1, or Gru's Fray of the Gods, numbers 1 to 3. On Hercules Pedics Academy, check that channel out, guys, if you get a chance. Great stuff. Journey, Wolverine McAllister Adventure. I haggled a little bit for this. I did a pretty decent job too, because he said like there was no price on it. It's a thick boy though. Look at how it compares to the size of my hand, right? He said he doesn't know if it's the full set in there, and he was like asking for 40 for this, and I was like, well, I come from like the time when these were always in like quarter and 50-cent bins, so I was kind of hoping you'd only like charge me like 25 for it, or like I could ask for 25, or like start the bidding there. I would have went to like 30, but he was okay with 25. But yeah, this I'll say like the art style, it never really appealed to me. It kind of looks like maybe it's trying to be too cartoony, but Hercules Pedics as a showcasing of this series has made me like really interested in it to check it out. But yeah, especially at like bargain binish type prices maybe. I'll let you know, guys, after I read it if it's even worth maybe $1, like dollar bin prices after. But yeah, it seems like it might be good. Like kind of talking about Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, I get the vibe it might be kind of like that, where it's like outlaw, outside of society Western stuff, and kind of like dark and heavy, but with an overall kind of light tone throughout, or like a sense of humor throughout. Maybe like some hard-hitting life moments in there, but also like a vibe of positivity or lightness too, which might be cool. I don't know, that's just the impression I get. Big thick boy, so thick. More Western stuff here. Lone Ranger and Tonto, again with the Cassidy pages. Yeah, just trying out Western stuff. Terry Moore, Serial. I saw this character and I'm like, is that the chick from Rachel Rising? The quote says, just a simple revenge story featuring a formerly demon-possessed child serial killer. Yeah, this character, it must be the same character from Rachel Rising. She was really like likable, even though she did despicable things. But the set of 1 to 10 for $17.50. He actually made me a bulk deal too, on top of everything, so thank goodness for that. Looking forward to reading that, but I want to read all of Rachel Rising first. Sparta USA by David Lapham and Johnny Timmons. I talked about this before. It's pretty good stuff, pretty fun to read, so yeah, it's hard to explain though, but $5 for this full set, you can't go wrong. So a second set for friends or for sale bin. And yeah, weird stuff. Maybe I tried to explain it in a previous video. It's kind of like I'd say it's almost like a fairy tale or mythology, but you know, in the Lapham style, where it's not really not like light, but kind of American mythos, like 1950s football, and what's that movie, Red Dawn, with like monsters and mutants and Bigfoot, and Americana, and like kind of like you know, trouble in suburbia with people wanting to commit infidelity and stuff, like all just rolled up into a take on like maybe America and like its strengths and weaknesses in a fantasy setting, kind of that. It's pretty weird, or even like elements of 1984 and like kind of almost Hunger Games-ish type shit. If that makes any kind of sense to you, then with David Lapham writing it, then yeah, I did enjoy this though, so I do still recommend it to anybody interested in that kind of thing. Not as usual kind of thing though. It's pretty weird. I had a couple of issues of this before, and you know me, I hate superhero stuff, or I don't hate it, but I'm just disappointed by it very often. But this series of Taskmaster, the two issues that I had from it were like really entertaining. So it's cool to find this set finally. This was actually on my wish list, and like I was ready to try and even like mail away for some. But kind of a weird. There's a lot of action in it, and he has a lot of attitude also. Kind of like a womanizer, and like also like just like I'm better than everybody else. I could like just fucking destroy everybody. He's a fun villain or anti-hero in this. Lots of action and intrigue, if I didn't say that already. I haven't read this first issue though. It's probably just like setting everything up, and the art is nice too in it. Number 2 is the one that I had, and it's just full of like fights. Like the fights are taking up like half of the whole issue. Let's flip through that a little bit actually. You can see this cover is pretty. It gave me an impression to like maybe check it out from like a bargain bin before. So I don't know if the whole series will be awesome, but like I said, I did like this issue number 2. Sometimes issue number 2 is like a decent jumping in point. You kind of get past all the introduction right into like, I don't know, how could you say it? After the first commercial break or something. Oh yeah, that's not bad either, of course. Alright guys, sorry about the sleaziness. When is it gonna end? Never. Just want to see what year this was. 2002. Okay. Okay, he was also putting sets of this Zatanna, this new series, together. I think he said that he got shipped a bunch, like, all in bulk, like the supplier or something just did that. So he's got sets of this Zatanna 1 to 3 for $5 each. I think Rasa and Crack were recommending this, or just maybe Rasa, I forget, but just was brought to my attention on that channel. Like if I was to flip through this and like see this as the first page, I would never get this. Although it was from like a 50-cent bin maybe. But I hear good things about this. I think this is one that has like a lot of buzz around it as being like actually good. Yeah, who knows? It looks quite girly, the style maybe. Just the colors kind of remind me of like kind of pastelish kind of. But yeah, who knows? It's hard to tell at a glance. It looks kind of weird, so maybe it's good. That's number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, there's a dollar bin there of trade paperbacks that are beat up. So I just cleaned these with that classic like rubbing alcohol on a cloth and just rubbing the grime off. Yeah, for $1 I'll check out these trade paperbacks of Savage Hawkman and Storm. Greg Pak, I guess, on the writing. Tony Daniel was the writer on Hawkman. Philip Tan, the artist. On this is Ibanez. An old copy of Punisher, the first Punisher miniseries with Mike Zeck, Stephen Grant. So this was like $4 or something, so not a bad deal for that. Again, from the discount graphic novel area, so 60% off this. Razzle Volume 4. So almost got like a bunch there. Got volumes 1, 2, and 4 today. Pretty easy and cheap. Yeah, this G.I. Joe series seems to be pretty good from issue number 1. And this Jenny Friesen cover, it just kind of rules, man. Maybe I'm starting to like variant covers, maybe, or like kind of like speculating. Maybe this is one I keep or sell eventually. But yeah, this cover is like she looks hot. The gun looks awesome. I'm a sucker. I'm just a sucker. Good prices, I think. This Adam Hughes Sensational She-Hulk, again, like since this is kind of on sale, and I'm like, yeah, like these are foil. So they should be like worth more, maybe, I don't know. But I'm like, yeah, I wish there was good She-Hulk to check out too. Hopefully the interior doesn't suck. Like the cover certainly is awesome. How can the interior live up? But yeah, we'll see. This art style looks kind of cool, so I figured it's a number one for 250. Hitomi number one. Isn't that something too? Was it like a video game, or it's not like that wolf? Was it like an anime or something? First appearance of Angela, Spawn number 9. I just wanted this for a while. I'm like, I kind of miss having it, like when I was a kid and stuff. I'm like, yeah, if I can get it kind of cheap, yeah. Okay, guys, I know some of you aren't into this, but I was like, get a bunch of these X-Men's also for cheap. There's like a, half off, and usually the prices that he puts on them for starters are already like lower than what everybody else I see is charging for them. Uncanny X-Men number 148, so half of that's cool too. Number 151. 150. Yeah, now we're getting to the stuff that's like more than maximum 250. This is maximum 350 for this one. Uncanny X-Men number 152, 153, but yeah. Bulk deal too. That's nice. 154, 155. Why is this one expensive? There must be a reason, but half off. I'm like, yeah, I'll get this whole set. I'm going to like the earlier kind of John Byrne stuff now. That was 155. 161. I think I have this one already, so double maybe. 162. 166. 268. This is the first Jim Lee being the regular, like, penciler, right? Let's show a little bit, though. I remember getting this when I was a kid, and I was like, oh. Oh yeah, and this is the last comic of the video, guys, so I'm going to say thanks for watching, and hope you had a good free comic book day. It was actually pretty busy, pretty cool. There were, like, lots of people getting stoked, and, like, you could see, like, parents with their kids, and, like, the whole family being stoked. Like, not just being, like, dragging the kid there or anything, or vice versa. A lot of that, so that was cool to see, man. Because these poor kids, where are they going to find this? Can't let this medium die, man. Look at this ad for Narc. What a good game. I remember getting comics off the, 7-Eleven is where we discovered them, so, and it was like stuff like this was on the rack, man. These kids don't know what they're missing. Well, hopefully they have some good stuff, though. Because this medium has, like, it does stuff that movies can't do. It does stuff that books can't do. TV shows can't do. Oh, no! This is, like, my favorite page. Black Widow in, like, this underwear, negligee or whatever. When I was a kid, I was like, can't stop staring at this. What are these kids today are missing out on stuff like this? But where did this come from? That's a bummer. Ghibli getting all fucking jealous. Yeah, seems like a good day for stuff. Like, everywhere was pretty busy, with all kinds of people. And yeah, everybody seemed to be having a really nice, fun time. Also, it's probably good the day that they picked, because it's kind of like one of the first nice days of the year, in the northern hemisphere at least here. Like, it was just really one of the first days of the year that had, like, really nice weather, where you're like, whoa, I can, like, just wear shirt and shorts and, like, go to the park and stuff, or, like... I seen like, a shirtless dude, he's a ginger, and he was, like, pushing a baby cart with, like, just, like, Daisy Dukes on. And there's this, like, this African immigrant lady just, like, checking him out so hard, like her eyes were just glued to him. And I was like, yeah, for all the craziness that I see in the city, some of it's pretty funny, I guess. Like, okay, yeah, sorry about just weird stories, but it's just fun to talk to you guys. Right? Hope you're amused and not bothered by the extra content. Yeah, and hope you had a good day and happy hunting out there, guys. Another more videos to come. I'm backlogged, but yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.